The next crypto bull run is closer than you think, and some experts say that Bitcoin could reach $100,000 by the next Bitcoin halving in April 2024.
Well, I think it's possible that we get to a new all-time high, like 100,000 or more, even before the halving.
So in this video, I'm going to cover the major events coming to Bitcoin in the next bull market and my full price prediction for 2024, which is based on fundamentals and technical analysis. Welcome back to Bitcoin Trading Pro. I'm Federico and I've been a crypto investor and entrepreneur since 2017, and I've helped dozens of crypto startups succeeding in the last 7 years. To me, Bitcoin is not just a store of value, but a decentralized payment network and the largest and most secure decentralized computer in the world. Its dominance against any other crypto is indisputable, and only Ethereum managed to get relatively close to Bitcoin metrics in terms of adoption and capitalization, while other altcoins look pretty irrelevant when it comes to these metrics. Bitcoin dominance is still at 50%, while Ethereum accounts for only 18% of the total crypto market cap. While many Ethereum fans believe that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin, this is far from happening. In my opinion, as a crypto expert, it will probably never happen. Looking at the average transaction value, we saw this metric exploding during the last bull market and reached its peak in 2021. It then started decreasing but remained pretty high during most of the 2022 bear market. In contrast, Ethereum's average transaction value looks pretty irrelevant in comparison to Bitcoin, and this signals that investors still rely on Bitcoin for conducting big transactions. Another fundamental metric which signals that Bitcoin is undervalued is the hash rate. As you can see in this chart, the Bitcoin hash rate is still in an uptrend, and today we're very close to its peak of 488 exahashes per second in September 2023. So while the price has been going down during the bear market, the hash rate exploded, and this signals a discrepancy between the real value of Bitcoin and its current price. If the market was rational, Bitcoin should already trade at new all-time highs, as the Bitcoin network has never been as secure as it is today. The growing hash rate reflects huge investments in mining infrastructures made by leading mining companies. Riot Blockchain, for example, has entered into a long-term purchase agreement with MicroBT, which includes an initial order of 7.6 exahashes per second of Bitcoin miners. Upon full deployment of this order by mid-2024, Riot's total mining hash rate is expected to reach 20.1 exahashes per second. CleanSpark instead has purchased another 12,500 Bitcoin miners for $40.5 million in May of this year. These machines added 1.76 exahashes per second of computing power to CleanSpark's operations, bringing them closer to their target of 16 exahashes per second by the end of 2023. Another leading mining company called Cypher Mining announced the purchase of 11,000 Bitcoin miners from Canaan Inc. in May 2023. These machines boosted Cypher Mining's computing power to 7.2 exahashes per second. And these are just 3 examples of leading Bitcoin mining companies which are expanding their mining operations to prepare for the next bull market. Another important metric that hit a new all-time high in 2023 is the number of Bitcoin holders' addresses. Long-term Bitcoin holders are addresses that have held coins for at least 155 days. According to Glassnode, previous research shows that this type of address is statistically unlikely to spend, and thus, in Bitcoin slang, assumed to be hodling. The amount held by long-term holders accounts for 75% of Bitcoin circulating supply, which is crazy, suggesting investors are opting to hold for extended periods of time. New addresses are growing too. As you can see in this chart, the number of unique addresses that appeared for the first time in a transaction on the Bitcoin network kept growing during the bear market, showing us that new users are adopting Bitcoin despite the price going down. Looking at daily transactions instead, Bitcoin is only behind Ripple and Ethereum. However, as I showed you earlier, checking the average transaction value, the value transferred over networks other than Bitcoin is pretty irrelevant. Let's now have a look at the main catalysts that could push the price of Bitcoin to new highs in 2024. First of all, we have the Bitcoin Spot ETF. As you probably know, major asset managers like BlackRock, Fidelity and VanEck applied for a Bitcoin Spot ETF. While the SEC is delaying its decision on those applications, the last deadline for the SEC to approve or deny those Bitcoin Spot ETFs is in February 2024. And since BlackRock has always seen most of its ETF applications approved in the past, now that it applied for a Bitcoin Spot ETF, the chances that they will get an approval are very high. And when a Bitcoin Spot ETF will be approved by the SEC, billions of dollars will flow into Bitcoin from institutional investors, and this will lead to appreciation of BTC. The second catalyst is of course the Bitcoin halving, which is going to take place in April 2024. The halving will cut in half the mining rewards, and this has always led to a huge price pump in the past. From the date of the next Bitcoin halving, miners will only get 3.125 BTC as a reward for discovering a new block, instead of 6.25 BTC as it was before the halving. And so when they will have to sell their bitcoins on the market, they will have to ask for a higher price. So we've already covered Bitcoin fundamentals, which indicate that Bitcoin is undervalued. We've also covered the main catalyst that will lead to a huge price pump. But what's a realistic price prediction for Bitcoin in 2024? To answer this question, we have to look at technicals. And as you can see in this Bitcoin price chart, during every cycle, the price of Bitcoin has always increased by at least 200% from the bottom of the bear market to the Bitcoin halving date. And the bottom of the 2022 bear market was $15,500. And so a 200% increase from there will take the price of Bitcoin very close to 50k on the date of the halving in April 2024. But what can we expect after the halving? Looking at the last bull cycle, we can see that we reached a new all-time high in only 8 months after the Bitcoin halving. In fact, in December 2020, we had already passed the 2017 all-time high and we reached 34k by the end of the month. This means that the minimum price target for Bitcoin in 8 months after the halving, so in December 2024, should be at least 70k, as the previous all-time high in 2021 was 68k. But since Bitcoin fundamentals kept growing during the bear market, we can expect much higher prices in December 2024, and 100k sounds pretty reasonable. So 100k before the halving, which is Adam Beck's prediction, is too optimistic in my opinion, and is not backed by any technical analysis. While 100k before the end of 2024 is not only reasonable, but is also backed by technical and fundamental analysis. Based on what happened during previous cycles, the uptrend should then continue in 2025, and we should reach the ultimate all-time high for that bull cycle in November-December 2025. So if you want to know what could be the price of Bitcoin by that date, you should watch my Bitcoin price prediction for 2025, which you can find right there. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next episode.